In order for you to stop being a people pleaser, you have to learn how to validate yourself. Welcome back. It's your favorite mental health specialist, Ty Guidance, and that is what we're going to be talking about in today's video. Now, with that being said, because there's no right or wrong way to heal yourself, always and only take what resonates as well as leave the rest. So if it doesn't apply, it's not for you. Don't force it, let it fly. But most importantly, grab your pens, grab your paper, and be prepared to take notes. In this video, it was highly requested that we talked about how to stop being a people pleaser. We're going to recommend, remind, suggest, and disclaim certain things that you need to be aware of so you can stop being a people pleaser and learn how to validate yourself. Starting off with the introduction, starting off the first disclaimer. Just because you are a good person doesn't mean that you're a people pleaser. We need to know the difference. Just because you are loving and kind and respectful doesn't mean that you are naive or that you deserve to be taken for granted for or to take advantage from. Just because you are a good person does not mean that you're a people pleaser. And the reason why that needs to be the first disclaimer and the first thing you need to be aware of is because people who are not good people, people who are malicious, people who are evil, or people who are immature or ignorant assume that you being a good person means that they can manipulate you, they can gaslight you, and even yourself. You need to know that just because you're a good person doesn't mean that people get to mistreat you. You could be a good person and have boundaries. You could be a respectful person and still be respected. You could disagree with people without them being violent or chaotic or trying to challenge you or cause problems. If you want to be a good person to people, you need to know who to be good to and have boundaries. Everyone doesn't deserve your goodness. Everyone doesn't deserve your niceness if they're not able to reciprocate the energy or it's not being able to be received. So if people are not willing to get to know you, if people are not willing to be patient with you, if people are not willing to accept you without judgment or shame you, you don't need to give to them. Because when you give to people and you're good to people and you're seeking validation from people and they don't give you that same energy, you're the only person who ends up abused, drained, and by yourself. The second disclaimer is that you being a people pleaser stems from some type of fear, some type of doubt, some type of lack, some type of insecurity. There's a reason why you act the way you do. You don't have to sit here and beat yourself up because maybe you weren't taught and shown how to be confident, how to stand up for yourself, or just how to be aware. But what you do have to do is hold yourself accountable. In order for you not to be a people pleaser, you have to realize that you were seeking validation. You had insecurities, you had fears. Why? Because that's the truth. Until you're able to be honest, until you're able to put that in the comment section, until you're able to admit that, until you're able to say that out loud and affirm it, how are we going to come up with solutions? I'm not here to sugarcoat anything, and I don't make excuses. Say it. So many people who claim to be adults that I've met in my life had always been like, well, nobody's ever going to admit that they're jealous. Nobody's going to ever admit that they have insecurities. You all need to. That's the problem. When you can't be honest with yourself, you take that out onto people and places and things who did nothing to you and they don't care. I'm telling you from experience, all the insecure people that I've met, the way that they've acted and what they've done, I didn't internalize it. It just made me realize I don't want nothing to do with you. And the audacity that you think I'm supposed to pay attention or care that you feel some type of way. No. If you have insecurities, say that. Don't be weird. That is what weird is. Not being unique, not having a personality, not being an individual. That doesn't make you weird. Being weird is knowing that you have insecurities, knowing that you feel inferior to people. And instead of saying that you don't know certain things or learning from people, becoming teachable, you try to humble them. You come into people's lives trying to plot and scheme. You wouldn't have to do that if you were secure in yourself. You wouldn't have to take advantage of people or manipulate people if you were a good person. And this doesn't mean that you and I are perfect, that we don't have learning to do. But if you're not out here intentionally trying to take from people, you know what I'm talking about. You don't have to seek validation from people when you validate yourself. And that's the third thing. You have to learn how to validate yourself. You have to think that whatever you want people to see in you, you already have that for yourself. So if you want people to think you're beautiful, you have to become beautiful. You have to feel beautiful. You have to know that you're beautiful. If you want people to think that you're smart, become smart. Read a book. Learn something. Pick up a skill. Learn a language. Try something. Experience. Switch it up. Until we learn how to validate ourselves, you're constantly going to be looking for people and places and things that are outside of you, whether it's a substance, a people, a place, or thing. And that's when you learn to tolerate people. That's when you learn to, or not tolerate, that's when you learn to settle. A lot of people are angry and frustrated and are people pleasers because they're staying in situations with people, places, and things who don't pour into them, who don't help them, who don't finance them, who don't do anything for them. You could be a good person, and it's nothing wrong with wanting more, but you should be secure in yourself that anything that's outside of you doesn't make you whole, it doesn't complete you, but it adds on to you. So if you want to be in a relationship, you know that you're a loving woman, you know that you're a loving man, you know you would be a good wife or a good partner, whatever it is. This doesn't mean that you're wrong for wanting to feel love, but the love that you're looking for from another person is who you are. In order for you to maintain a relationship with somebody that's outside of you, you have to have that love for yourself. That's why relationships don't work. People don't love themselves for real. People aren't bettering themselves for real. Unless you are in a healthy relationship, then I'm not talking about you. But a lot of people want relationships with people, and the relationship that you want that's outside of you stems from some insecurities, some certain things that you lack. Like, it's nothing wrong with wanting to do things, but in order for it to be successful, in order for it to have value and substance, like, you genuinely have to feel that way about yourself. Like, if you feel like you deserve a nice car, you having a nice car isn't to flex on anybody. It's because you work to get the car. Or maybe you want the car and you're allowed to want what you want. Like, you don't have to overextend yourself or be a people pleaser or seek validation or attention if you know that you can give that to yourself. And that's the fourth thing. Like, knowing what you're capable of, knowing who you are, knowing what you're good at, knowing what you need to work on, so you're not trying to find it within any and everybody. Because I'm letting you guys know, if you don't know who you are, if you don't see certain things about yourself, other people will try to distort your image. So many people who, unfortunately, with me, have learned the hard way that you cannot make me see myself any other way than what I am. Whatever I say, whatever I do, energy speaks for itself. So if I've already made up in my mind what you got to do, you got to make up in your mind how you want to see yourself, how you want to perceive yourself. That's the only image that matters. Other than if you believe in like God, ancestors, and the universe. And I'm not here to force religious spirituality, but I know how the Most High sees me. I don't need to prove that to any of you all. This is why I come on this platform and I say what I say, and I'm allowed to. You know how certain people are allowed to do certain things? They have permission to. You don't like it up with me? Go to the resources. Go to the authorities. Go to the hierarchies. Go to the Most High. Whatever that looks like to you. You're allowed to be you. You're allowed to like you. You're allowed to love you. But you don't have to go out your way to make other people feel comfortable when you are comfortable within yourself. I'm able to say what I say because I feel that way about myself. I give myself the validation. I didn't start a YouTube channel thinking that people were going to, no. And that's the thing. When you learn, like I said, to validate yourself, when people do support you, when people do believe in you, it doesn't change anything. I couldn't wait for people to subscribe to this account. You know how many times people will sit here and watch you and not support you because they feel like they don't want to give you the value. I don't need your view. I don't want it because I validate myself. Now, the people that do like, the people who are watching, the people who do engage, I'm grateful for you, but you all didn't make me. And you have to realize that you stop becoming a people pleaser when you know who you are and nobody could tell you about yourself. Because if it's not anything that's how you see yourself or how you feel about yourself, it's an opinion. And they're like assholes, excuse my French. Everyone's going to have one. That doesn't mean everybody watches them. So no, you don't have to continue to be a people pleaser once you figure out why you feel this way. So that's the recommendations. I want you guys to answer these questions and I'm going to end off the video. Why do you feel like you have to seek validation from people? Why do you feel like you have to seek validation from things that are outside of you? That's number one. So number one, why do we feel like we have to seek validation? Answer these questions in the comment section and in your notes. Like, we solve solutions over here. We solve problems. We come up with solutions is what I meant to say. We come up with solutions. We solve problems. Like, yeah, we don't make excuses. Like, we don't pick and choose. Like, we're not in like, this is not hokey pokey. Like, we're not in one out and then no, we're not doing all that. Why do you feel like you need to seek validation? Number 2, when did you feel like you had to seek this validation? And once again, be intentional, take your time. The reason why I'm asking you guys these questions is because we need to know why you feel this way, how it's affecting you, so we can come up with solutions. When did you feel like you need to seek validation? Why do you feel like you need to seek validation? And when did you start to be aware of this? Number 3, how does it make you feel when you are going out your way to pour into people and be there for people and love people and they don't feel the same way about you? How has it affected you emotionally, physically, financially? How does it make you feel when you get the short end of the stick? And the reason why you need to answer these questions, and I want you guys to ask these questions out loud as I'm asking these questions out loud, is so therefore you can realize how it sounds. Because it's like, we got to start using our brain. We use our mind over here. We think. We do critical things. So if you lack critical thinking skills, you're going to learn. If you don't want to learn, send it and share this video to somebody who does. You got to start thinking. You got to start thinking, why do I feel like I need to seek validation? When did I start feeling like I needed to seek validation? How is this making me feel when I have to go out my way and people constantly disappoint me? Or, for example, let's just say YouTube, because that's what I'm on right now. Let's just say I sought validation from people who subscribe or people who watch my content. I'm telling you guys in real time, there are people who will watch my video, have their post notification turned on, and they don't comment and engage. Now, if I was seeking validation from these people, I would probably feel some type of way. But because, one, I'm not new here, I'm not new to this, I'm true to this, I've learned that there are going to be some people like that. Those are not my target audience. So if people have negative things to say in the comment section, or if people are not willing to repost but they watch, if people have their post notifications on and they never like, or if I have more views than I do likes, those aren't the people that are for me. And honestly, I don't care if they watch me or not. I don't recommend that you do, because you're just going to continue to come back, because you know the vibes, you know what's up, the energy speaks for itself. But I can't feel no type of way. Or like on TikTok, because I know that's a topic that everyone loves to talk about. People will watch you and people will not support you. You don't need to seek the validation. Once you realize that everyone's not going to support you, or that everyone doesn't want you to be happy, and they're not even your target audience, you don't have to worry about that, because there are going to be people who like your videos. There are going to be people who comment. Like, over time, my views, like I said, which results speak for themselves, okay? Facts speak for themselves. I don't need to care if more people, like, just make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and watch the video all the way to the end, because I'm a businesswoman at the end of the day. Like, I mind my business and I pay the business that pays me. Like, you don't need to lose sleep. You don't got to be a people pleaser. No. Once you learn how to validate yourself, once you realize how you feel, like how does it make you feel, why would you keep going out your way to be there for people who aren't even there for you? Why should I care about people who watch my videos but don't like them? That says more about them than it does me. Why should I care about people not wanting to support me? They're not editing my videos. They're not coming up with the words. They're not the creative, and they're not financing me. So how is you cool? Like, are you okay? Like, are we good? Okay. So we're going to learn how to critical think. You're going to come up with the answers, and we're going to come up with solutions so you can stop being a people pleaser, because nobody has time. You see, I validate myself. And like I said, that's only going to trigger, and same thing with you, that's only going to bother people who don't validate themselves. When you love yourself, me, myself, and I, that's all I got in the end. That's what I found out. Shout out to Beyonce. And a lot of y'all don't like her because she validates herself. Work ethic. Now, I'm not saying that she's perfect now, but I'm not going to hate on somebody who works. Her results speak for themselves. And you got to realize that you don't need to be a people pleaser when you could do things for yourself and the results speak for themselves. It's a privilege. Like I said, I'm grateful for the people who support me, but I didn't get here because of subscribers. I got here because of me. And then for the people who decided to support me, were supporting me. In order for people to genuinely support me, I had to support myself first. And that's the same thing with you. When you learn how to validate yourself, when people are in your life, it's a privilege. And that's when you don't have to take advantage of people. That's when you genuinely have genuine connections and genuine relationships. And that's what I want, and that's what I receive. So if it's not genuine, if it's not authentic, if it's not in alignment, you're not losing sleep. You don't have to continue to be a people pleaser. Okay? You're going to learn how to think for yourself. You're going to like what you like, and you're going to stand on it. And if people don't like it, they're not for you. As a grown adult, we don't do that back and forth. You're either for us or you're not. This video is for you or it's not. You're going to click interested or you're going to click not interested. You're going to like it or you're going to dislike it. You're going to block it or you're going to watch it. We're not doing that back and forth. You don't need to be a people pleaser. You need to validate yourself. You need to invest into yourself. You need to worry about yourself, so therefore the right people can be in your life. Because if you're constantly trying to seek validation from people and places and things who are not even for you, how are you going to grow? How are you going to be abundant? How would you realize that you never needed to do that in the first place? And I'm going to end the video with that. So make sure that you guys are always liking, always engaging. Thank you for always liking, always engaging, and having your post notifications on, as well as subscribing and following me on all my social media platforms. All the information is down in the description box below. Head to Instagram and on TikTok, because that's where I'll be going live, yapping, getting to know me, getting to know you, answering these questions if I didn't answer them already, as well as booking your service or your session, which is in my description down below. Okay? Till next time, peace. Love you. You are loved.